Good greetings and beautiful and abundant benevolent blessings to all you wonderful souls out there. My name is Kiara DeCass, and today I am here with you. I'm super blessed, super abundant, super excited. I'm wearing my Bitcoin Crypto University t-shirt, so shout out to Gray BTC and the crew there over at Crypto University. And thank you for the t-shirt. Anyways, guys, so what I wanted to share with you today, first of all, is welcome to the All Things Health and Wealth show. I'm blessed to have you here on my community show, and thank you for my video. I tried to get around to doing a video yesterday. I struggled because of the load shedding that we've been having. I had an interesting conversation with somebody that South Africa, I didn't know this, but South Africa has been experiencing load shedding for 14 years already. That's when it first started. So very, very interesting as to where, what, why, and how. And onwards and upwards do we carry on going. Anyways, guys, let's get straight into it because it's going to be a little bit of a regularly subscribers. I really appreciate you and thank you for being here, part of me and my life and my community and my channel. Remember to come and subscribe to my other content and know that it's awesome and just interesting news that is going to make sense in the story that I'm about to tell you throughout this video. So let's get straight into it. Risk profile of crypto market similar to oil and tech, says Coinbase. A hedge against the traditional market? No. Crypto assets are now looking closer profile to oil and gas. Or EV stocks like Tesla, Coinbase Institute chief economist actually has to say, yeah, that's because I'll show you on one other article why that is and what's happening. So don't worry about that other noise here. Core Scientific's $167 million worth of coin holdings in June. The sale left the firm with 1,959 Bitcoin at the end of the second quarter, a more than 75% drop when compared with its reported 8,058 BTC holdings as of May 31. Okay, so they obviously had to liquidate some of their assets, and they basically sold $167 million worth of their Bitcoin. Okay, obviously to liquidate, to avoid to file for bankruptcy or liquidate the company, just like Voyager here. So Bitcoin swings 7.5%. That was yesterday. Intraday trading as US recession concerns amount. BTC bounces back to reclaim support at 20,400 after hitting a daily low of 19,309 on July 5th. As bulls battle bears for control over the market. Anyways, we're going to get onto some interesting stuff here. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go into some of the articles over here. Bitcoin exchange outflow surge as not your keys, not your crypto comes back into fashion. Guys, I know all about that right now. I've got some that I'm just really struggling to get my keys for the one account. I can't seem to place what happened on that one particular account, but I had quite a bit of funds in that account that are all just accumulating, so they're going to continue to accumulate like crazy. So let them do that for now. I will find it at some point, and I'll let you know when I find it. So Bitcoin faces fresh pressure as US dollar crushes gold and risk assets. This was from yesterday's news, basically. So BTC falls 1,000 while spot gives up 2%. Spot gold gives us 2% as USD strength intensifies, beating the year's previous. I'm going to show you what's going on there. Russians basing BitMEX with European Union. Okay, that's very interesting. So Dutch university set to recover more than twice the paid BTC ransom in 2019, so 200,000 worth. Okay, now this is getting quite interesting. Crypto investor Sequoia Capital, China reportedly raises $9 billion. Sequoia China is known for backing many crypto firms, Gold, Crypto, Lender, Babel Finance, which halted withdrawals in mid-June. That's a really great article there, guys. You should come over here to Cointelegraph and read it. ARK Invest neutral to positive on Bitcoin price as analysts await capitulation. ARK argues that bearish continuation has limited room left to run as on-chain indicators start bottoming out. Okay. The coolest article that I've read in a little while is Crypto Community eyeing 3 macro events to tip the crypto scales in July. Okay, so despite the gloomy macro forecast, some of crypto's leading pundits view the recent macroeconomic catalyzed crypto market crash as overall positive sign for the industry. Okay, let's get into Bitcoin faces fresh pressure as US dollar crushes gold risk assets. Okay, so literally the dollar pumped yesterday. And very interesting. So the US is yet another 20-year record high. Okay, as the USD has been thumping and pumping. Look at what happened. Gold, it fell from 1810, it fell about $40 down to 1772. Guys, that's not crushed. That's not being crushed. Okay, it's just a small little, tiny little drop in the biggest things. Okay, and I'll show you something about that chart right now. And this is why sometimes the noise out in these channels are just very, very interesting. So don't always listen to the noise, and even the noise that I'm communicating to you. Sieve through it yourself, find your own stuff, and see what makes sense to you. So, 9, a level not seen since December 2002. That means that was the high during the bubble, the tech bubble. My gosh, couldn't get that word. Okay, Bitcoin analysts waited for signs of a trend reversal to provide some relief for the crypto markets, waiting for the dollar to crash. Okay, so let's go and see what my chart says, and I'll draw this in here so we can have a look at it in my chart. But basically, euro hitting record levels at $1.33 at this $1.033 at this point, last seen in years 2002 and 2003. Okay, so we are certainly seeing a crazy pump here. This is the 1 month, guys. You can see here on the 1 month we've been pumping resistance here and resistance above us. Okay, hard resistance at 112, but like I said, 108 is good enough resistance right now. Crypto index hits 2-month high. So the crypto fear and greed index stood at 19 yesterday, which was interesting because when the dollar pumped yesterday, it just showed us that we were not index, and we're starting to like really bottom out here. So it's definitely going to be taking a turnaround soon. And as we said, ARK says neutral to positive under the current circumstances. So many factors should be considered closely in the coming weeks in order to determine if a bullish reversal or another bull trap could be expected. Idris on Twitter, okay, and obviously so take a buy and sell ratio on all exchanges, okay, and the 50 moving average, okay, that's not a problem. So article to just Bankery plan. Voyager Digital has joined the growing list of SFI or centralized finance firms as a result of exposure to Three Arrows Capital and declining crypto asset price. So it's a bit of a combination of both of those. A lot of stuff that that is going on in the space, and being like, yeah, I mean, stuff is going to happen there. So good luck to Voyager, and good luck to everybody in Voyager. Scientific sold $60 million worth of Bitcoin holdings in June. So this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin has also been coming down. I mean, when you sell 6,000 Bitcoin in a month, okay, that's going to push the price down of Bitcoin. Of course, it's going to push the price down. So, Core definitely has been a contributor to the price falling. However, so Core Scientific highlights 1,106 self-mined, 10.3 self-mined, 180,000 ASIC servers in operation, 7.6 co-location hosting, daily self-mine increased by 14%. Okay, so they're doing what mining, but they've had to sell a substantial amount of Bitcoin. And guys, didn't we say to you that this could be one of the next points where crypto starts kind of making its way down? And this would be simply because the energy that is being the low prices, the capitulations, the liquidations that are all happening in the crypto space are showing us that some of these companies are, first of all, very high over leveraged, have too much debt in comparison to their assets, and they need to be able to balance that out. And that's why they would have to liquidate some of their assets, and that's why there would be this cascading effect of the sell pressure down. Okay, so there's a number of factors that come into play here. It's like a chain reaction or domino effect. When one domino collapses, the other weak dominoes will also collapse. Yeah, crypto community eyeing 3 macro events to tip the scales in July. This article is interesting for me. Okay, so let's go and have a read at those 3. July 18, okay, we've got inflation marker CPI coming out. Michael van der Popp, CEO and founder of crypto consulting and educational platform 8 Global, told his 615,000 followers on Monday that it's all eyes on the CPI data next week, adding bullish forecasts on Bitcoin should it flip above its 20,000 price point. That's great. I'm not 100% if we just there yet, but you've got a great following, Michael. So blurry chart, but would be looking at 28K for Bitcoin if there's a chance that 20K can be. And in between, I'd be monitoring 23K. All eyes on CPI data next week, and as the Fed would make sense. So the 28K is around that level up there. 23K is down here. Okay, so it's a little bit of difference. If CPI comes in lower, that will be the catalyst for a dead cat bounce. In other words, bloop, 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 further downward momentum. So if it comes lower, then that will be a dead cat bounce. So let's see here. The next thing is the July 26th and 27th Fed interest rate hikes. Okay, after raising interest rates by 75 points in June, one of the most significant monthly increases in 28 freaking years, guys. My goodness. Interest rates are expected to increase further following Federal Open Market Committee meeting later this month. High risk. It can also place downward pressure on higher risk asset prices, such as crypto, as investors can start to earn decent returns just by parking their money in interest-bearing accounts or low-risk assets. The FOMC is expected to decide whether to impose a 50 or 75 basis points hike. Okay. Charlie Bilello, founder CEO of Capital Advisors, placed his bets on higher amount. So he's basing his bets on 5% basis hikes. Fed rate hike expectations at next 4 FOMC meeting dates. So 75 basis hike to 2.25 to 2.5. September 50, November 50, and December 25. If we can get to those points, guys, I'm going to say to you that it's going to be a really rough part of the year, the next 6 months. And then July 28, Are we in a recession? On July 28th, the US Bureau of Economics, BEA, will release an advanced estimate of the United States GDP for the second quarter of 2022. After registering a negative 1.6 GDP decline in Q1, the Atlanta Fed Reserve Tracker is now expecting a negative 2.1% decline in GDP growth for Q2. Guys, my goodness me, yeah, crush risk assets, okay, if that is the case. A second consecutive quarter of GDP decline would place the United States into a technical recession. Guys, we already know the United States has been in a recession for 6 months already. If this has happened, your first quarter was negative 1.6. It was already in a recession then. If it's going into last quarter as negative 2.1, it's already in a recession. So the nonsense of the noise of recession, the recessions have already been priced into this market, okay? So, but the news can still have an effect where people like shit themselves and sell certain assets. So, yeah, prior crashes, this is from Airhees. Prior crashes were all bubble blow-offs, unrelated to the larger world. Now, this is my favorite part here. This is the first crypto crash which is clearly exogenous, a result of macro factors outside of crypto. And maybe why all of the crashes, this one has been the least worrisome to me. And that sounds wonderful, because once the noise settles, the dust settles, guys, boom, boom, boom. So I really hope you're getting crypto right now at these discounted 75% discounts from all-time highs, okay? 5%. People who are worried about crypto because of macro realize how bullish this is, right? Well, yes, exactly. The dollar us. Now, if you have a look here, the dollar chart, the dot is, let's delete our line. Okay, we broke our line already. It broke that line. So we're good, and we're finding that support. Now, let's a little bit of candle. And let's try sword just now. The wrong time frame. I'm what is going on here. Oops. Give me one. Okay, let's go on time frame. Hunting for some serious right now. That try flipping and as could the market push comes down, settle here, and then maybe we will down, try up this guy. So if Latin pattern at 101 is the target. So that's a long one. of support here. But the reason dollar pump up is what I should. If we come to the gold chart, okay, a gold chart for this 13. Price one that we move with $100 move. Here we in terms of breaking out of the cut, we'd see a $3,000 gold. Okay, once that broke out, now what? My in this, but if you look, broke down, smacked it again. On support on the up there, broke down, broke under the back up to my purple box, and then that's when the US started printing like absolute crazy, and stuff. All of you now, bro. You don't gold doesn't want to box the 50, excuse me, 62 generally over so a bunch of crap. If I have to show you something, we have gold. Okay, what is that saying? On this handle, check it out. We've got support up, down, this and right in support. So let me put in a little line here so that we're actually very, very clued up. Our next list is okay. Worst I see going down to, but I'm going to tell you something right now. Vince handles uniqueness there. So let's get on to our last two charts in this video. So this pattern, there's once the finished, I'll delete that we have a clear chart going forward. But the reason I'm holding them here is because there are multiple levels of resistance. So we broke through this back over here of resistance, we found it, okay, and now we're trying to do the same back up, but we've met yet again resistance here, higher and higher, high, lower high, and lower high. Look at that high. See, guys, it looks like we trying to find a bit of a mini triangle happening, a flag happening here, And guys, that for me looks, I said to you, 23,000 is my line. That is my level. If we cannot break and find some on that level, we ain't going anywhere. Okay, and that might be the most level of resistance in that area. You can see my red line, my descending line, and my yellow line here. So very, very interesting. Let's go see it quickly on the day time frame, because the day is obviously a little bit conflict. It's a candle, okay? So we're seeing at resistance. Look at this, okay? Look at that candle there. What happened? We had a little mid dropped again. So the same concept. I mean, and we could drop that much down to here, down to the bottom of the purple box. So 17,000 is a very, very level for Bitcoin. And if we go to 17,000, we could end up wicking down to my 9,000 level. Like I've said to you, my 9 level is down here at the bottom of my purple box. But that's the mat. Okay. So Ethereum, exact same thing right now. Although Ethereum has some good support, but Ethereum seems to be a little. There's been a little more buy on Ethereum because Ethereum is doing really well in terms of the assets and the assets that it's holding, the NFT stuff, and Matic is well on blockchain. Lots of beautiful. And Bitcoin is under the ribbon. It's dangerous, very, very dangerous. The point where we've had, and you can see we haven't had much buy volume. We've had more sell volume in the buy volume. So yes, Ark and Kathy and all of these people are right. There's not much room left to go down. Although from the current 10,000 is still a 50%. But to wait and find out. Thank you for being here with me today on my video. It was a long video. Get across a lot of messages to you, a lot of bullish news, a lot of information that we are bottoming out, but we are not there just yet. You take care of yourself. You make sure that trading, that you're doing absolute core, and you have management. I'm not trading at this point. I don't see a need to in a market like this, so I'll rather be patient for the signal, because you will see the signal on lower time frames that we're getting ready to make a little bit of a run. So like I said, major resistance again at 29,000 over there. We make sure that we're praying for the market here. Love you guys lots. You take care. You have yourself a beautiful and blessed day, and we'll catch you on that next video. Blessings.